So this is kind of a video response to one of Casey Hutton's tweets a little while back. I know it's a little late. Um, but he asked the fans what they would like to see in the next Mass Effect game. And these are my ideas on what I think would be cool to see in the next Mass Effect game. So I think it would be what my idea is for the next Mass Effect game. I think it'd be cool to see a co-op campaign, but with a little bit of a different twist to it. Kind of like the Resident Evil 6 campaigns, where you get three different campaigns where they cross over, and you could cross over and you'd be playing with different people in the middle of a game. And so I think that would be cool to see, and really well done in a BioWare Mass Effect game, to where you have two different characters playing two different campaigns that would intersect. And I kind of got this idea how it would work, like in the previous Mass Effect games. You're playing as Commander Shepard, and you're going along the timeline, making all your different decisions with, small outcomes, and you make these little decisions, and then you come to points in the game to where you make really big decisions that impact like the future of the game, and you determine whether certain people live or die. And so I think that would be cool to see in another Mass Effect game, where both characters go on their own timelines and they make their little decisions that affect smaller aspects, and then you come to points where they make their really big decisions, and these points is where they intersect. Like the stories would come together, and they could potentially make impact on the other character. So, say character A chooses to do something to character B that greatly impacts that character, or both characters. And they would have to think, like, how does this affect me, and how does this affect another real life person? And it would get more dramatic, like you could maybe eventually choose to kill one of the other character's companions. And there would still be like the Renegon and Paragon system. Like if you want to be a good guy, you can be a good guy, and then the other character could be a bad guy. Like you could be your rival or your enemy, or you could be your ally. And I think that would create more unique gameplay, like playing against different kinds of people, or playing with your buddy and you both team up and go fight whatever. Or you could be playing. You have this bad guy always out to get you, and it's another human being, which would make it really interesting, I think. So if you look here on my crappy little graphs that I made, you'll see there's a little star at the end, and I think it would be important for both characters to have a common goal in the end, despite how they stand against each other. Like, you have two allies fighting the final boss, or you'd have two enemies joining forces to defeat a greater evil, or, just whatever. It would have to be a common goal in the end. I think that would be the only way it would work. It would also be important, you have this area highlight green, which represents in between time, and I think it'd be important for you to be able to interact with the other character whenever you want to. Like, if you both can choose to go do something, like meet up at the Citadel or wherever, whatever setting they have, or it'd be important to be able to go maybe do little side missions together if you choose to do so. And I also think it'd be important, like, if you want to play like traditional Mass Effect single player, that would still be a great option. It would still be very valid. Like you could play against the other character. Like if you're playing character A, character B would be the computer player, and he would just interact. You could interact with the computer however you see fit, and the decisions you make will. You can make like a logical conclusions on how that character will react, but it would be completely different with a human. You could be nice to another person, but he may still be mean. But if you're nice to the computer would still be nice to you. Or if you're playing co-op and your friend isn't available to play at the time, but you still want to play, you still have times where you're playing by yourself, making decisions, going on different missions that you're able to do, or going wherever to buy new gear, or talking to your companion characters. Then there would still be a lot of time to where you don't always need the other character, but to get like the full experience, you would always want somebody to play with. And I think it would also be important if you don't have anybody to play with, like you don't have any friends that have the game. There might be some kind of matchmaking system to where, like, if you've been playing with somebody that's been evil to you and you've been a good character, it would match you up with maybe another evil character that's made similar decisions, and vice versa. And I think that'd be interesting to see. But the big thing, that I want to drive home is just how different this would be. This would be a really unique game to where you and a different character are making decisions that impact each other in game, and like it would create so many different situations, and there's such like fertile storytelling ground for this idea, in my opinion. I'm not a professional writer or a game developer. I'm not any of that, but these are just some little ideas that I had, and I think, if you're interested, comment what you think and what your opinions are. I'd like to hear what other people think. Whatever BioWare gives us for the next Mass Effect game, I'm really excited to see. I know Casey Hudson recently tweeted that he was asking the fans whether it should be a sequel or a prequel, and it'll probably be a prequel. I think that makes the most sense because there's a lot of fertile storytelling ground there, and I don't know how they would do a sequel. I mean, that's kind of the end of like all the conflict. But that'd be another video. I don't know if I'll make another one about that or not. But comment your thoughts on this. How could you build on this, or what's wrong with what I've said here? I just like to hear what everyone says.